think you're the only one going through it. You think you're the only one that messed up. You're the only one that stopped reading your Bible. When you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, when you can't see that ray of hope, then you want to do what? Quit. I'm Pastor Bill Krause. God has used me to help thousands of others. Now I want to help you break through. Hi, I'm Bill Krause, and I want to thank you for joining the program today. I'm asking you to get your Bible out, get a writing utensil, get something to write on, get your phone, your pad, your computer, get something going here where you can keep notes. We love you. We've got a great message. Your life's never going to be the same after this time together. Let's talk about David for just a minute. You hear it all the time. You've said it, I've said it, but let's really go through David's life. David starts off, he's the only one in the family working. He came from a large family. Where was everybody else at party time? They were back at the house partying. David was a worker. If you ever want to be king, you're going to have to start out working. Most believers will never make it to kingship because they will not have workmanship. Got quiet on that one. But I don't want to go all the way back that far. I want to, come on, where do we start with David? He killed the what? Wow. David killed the what? Do you want me to have them put cue cards up for you up here? Could you guys put something on the front? I'll ask the question. We'll pause. You put up, because you know it already. First there's the then what is there? Then what came? Goliath. But you see, most of us Christians stop where? At Goliath. Didn't stop there. What happened next? He became a friend of Jonathan. And then while he's being a friend of Jonathan, and after he killed Goliath, he's out fighting battles. Then he became a champion. This is the law of progression. This started off by tending sheep. By tending sheep. That's a dirty job. It's a lonely job. You live with the sheep. You follow what I mean? They didn't, you don't park your sheep and then go inside in your bed. You sleep with your sheep. Why do you think you're not in the ministry? You don't get that private life. You can't shut your phone off at 4 o'clock and say, I'm busy. Not available. That doesn't hunt in the kingdom. So he's got a lion, right? Then a bear, then Goliath. Then he becomes a friend. See, listen to me. Are you a friend? I know you have friends. Are you a friend that sticks closer than a brother? Are you a friend that will lay down your life? No greater friend, right, than one who lays down his life? Will you lay down your life? Who will you lay your life down for? How many friends do you have? How much love do you have in your friendship? And then being a friend and doing what the king's bidding, he was a submitted, committed soldier. He became, because the more you fight, law of progression, he became a champion warrior. He became a champion. And then once you're a champion, the longer you fight, you become a seasoned warrior. You take different people, and they are warriors in prayer. They're not just prayer. They're warriors. They're tuned into the war. They're there. That's their profession. See, a champion, you can only be a champion so long, but you can be a warrior because you're committed. And you don't get necessarily more recognition. You just professionally go to war. What happened after he was a warrior? Come on, law of progression. Come on, some of you hesitating. Come on, say it. Be bold. He became king. He started off as a shepherd and he became a king. Right or wrong? But it's not just he killed the lion, he killed the bear, and he killed Goliath. Because after he killed Goliath, he went on fighting. He never stopped fighting. In fact, his guys had to say, look, king, come here. We're trained now. We're under you. New Testament. Listen, it's not fit for the apostles to wait on the table. We're not supposed to be doing that part of the war. I didn't hear you. See, they want me to do that part of the war. That's not my call. It's not that I can't. They don't want, you should not want me to do that. It's not a question if I can or I would or I should. It's a law of progression. You want to see me war, and then you want me to step back for you to war. That's right. Because then you go through the ranks. And if you don't go through what we went through, you're not going to become what we became. It doesn't just dub you apostle. It doesn't just dub you champion. It doesn't just dub you warrior. Come on. We got here by believing God. We got here by faith. We accomplished this by fighting and warring in the Spirit and getting kicked down, getting kicked down and getting up again. And then somebody blaspheming your name and lying about you, and you get up again. And somebody punching you, and you get up again. And somebody, leaves you, and then you get up again. And then 10 more leave you, and you get up again. And you just keep getting up. Why? That's what makes you a warrior. You will never be good at soccer without playing soccer. You eventually have to get off YouTube. Right or wrong? Who did I just talk to? And I was at the chiropractor's office, and our chiropractor's on vacation, so I went in to see his boss, and the one who trains him and checks in on him, and I thanked him, and he said, wow, nobody's ever done that before. I said, well, okay, this is Billy B. I didn't tell him all that. But I'm telling him that, listen, thank you for the investment you made so you can put my body in line. And he said, and this is what he said, going to school was not where I learned what I know. It was going in the field and adjusting people. You become a minister by ministering, not by joka-smoka, that part of the segment you want. You believe the money in. You get on your knees and you pray. You fast. How many days a week? Do you hear what those things happen over a process, and they do something in you? You meditate on the word day and night. You don't take an offense. Listen, folks, too many of you take an offense too easy. You're never going to fit in the ministry. You can give them the whole world, and they'll kick you square in the face and not even blink and think they did you a favor. And I'm not mad, not hurt. Don't feel hurt or bad for me. I am blessed. I am blessed beyond measure. And I'm grateful, and I've progressed. And I've progressed in my love. Come on, do you ever listen to the story I tell you about my relationship with my wife? Does anybody remember when she came and told me, Bill, this isn't working out? Yeah. I said, okay, goodbye. Not goodbye like I'll see you, goodbye like you're dying. No, that's where I was at. She's right there. Get up and say something different. She said, I got something for you, Billy B. She didn't call me, and that wasn't Billy the Blessed then. That was another B there. That was another B. She was thinking another B there. You following me? Now I've grown to the point that no matter what she did in life, I'm going to do what I was called by God to do, which was to allow me in the role of Christ, not in her life, but in the role of Christ, whatever you will allow God to do for you, I'm now supposed to do for her. Not her just doesn't have to go to God or relationship with God, but I have to be faithful. Even if she's unfaithful. She's not. Do you hear? But do you see how progression? I had to grow from that to seeing her die with a little assistance from friends, to no matter what she does, loving her and supporting her and doing that, even if she's off with Joey the bum. And compared to Billy B, anybody's going to be a bum. It's going to be a second string at least. No, do you hear what I'm saying? But it's not a threat. Do you understand? I had to grow to that. We have people here that if their spouse was to step out, I'm talking in just a moment of sexual, just kiss somebody, boom, they'd wish they were dead. It's over. You're out. No, there's no rebuttal. No redo. See, we're getting a divorce. Okay. What was our covenant? Does anybody remember their marriage? We said, I don't think you kids do that anymore. But ours was for better, for worse, for richer and poor, in sickness and in health, until. So if she was leaving me, what did that mean? She was dying. That's not biblical, by the way. Now, don't give. I don't think you believe it, number one, and it's true. That's exactly. She could tell you exactly how the conversation, because she can remember everything that's ever been said. You know, if you don't believe God knows everything you did, meet my wife. She may not know what you did, but she knows everything I've ever said, done, worn, what I was wearing, what cologne I was wearing. Praise God, where we went, where we sat in the restaurant, how many other people were in the restaurant. You think, you watch Jason Bourne? He don't know nothing. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Do you see progression? I keep telling people in my life, in my personal life, in the last year, 18 months, I have so grown in my understanding of God, and I just look back and I say, God, what's wrong with you? Why would you do that for that person? What about this, and this? And you know what God says? Because I love them. No, you're not hearing. And that's amazing to me. Okay, God, now I can't kill them anymore, but how about you? All right, so, I'm a Christian now, but you're God. You've killed people before. So, come on, bring some heat here, God. Come on, he's the guy that throws 142-pound boulders out of the sky killing people. Right? An angel kills some hundreds of thousands of people. So God, this is just one little tip of the spear. But you know what God says? I love them. That's what he tells it. And when I say over and over, I don't want to make it sound like I'm judging all these people. Come on. Come on. And listen, I'm more intimately involved, and I know more of what people are really doing. And I'm not trying to be brag or be arrogant. And when you know their life, but God says, I love them. I love them. I love you. I love them. I don't love them any less than I love you. I don't love you any more than I love them. I love that you learn. You have to learn the law of progression of love. And most of us have the law of regression of love. Come on, we got married, we were in a friendship. These people were in our life, but we love them less because we found out more. Yeah. You want to learn love? Find out more. Yeah. It's easy to love somebody when you don't know anybody. Come on, don't we love athletes? Don't we love A-Rod and all these different people and players? And aren't they our heroes? And Tom Brady and whatever and whatever. No, come on, you know what I'm talking about. Movie stars or dancers, you don't even know them. And you think they're terrific. Now find out about somebody, then tell me if you think they're terrific. Oh, well, they're this religion and that's false compared to what I believe. Oh, well, then I don't like them anymore. Or they played a part in a movie and you don't like them anymore. Because you don't like that character. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? It's the law of progression, folks. If you're not growing in your love, and now, let me make this statement here on love, and I'm wrapping it up. Don't get too nervous. Listen to me now. Whoever you love the least is how much you love whoever you love the most. You cannot love your spouse or your kids with this great love when you do not love this person, or I'll tolerate you. I won't spend any time with you. You can never come to my home. I'll never trust you. I don't like you. That's how you feel. Anybody remember math? Lowest common denominator. Your love is based on your lowest common denominator. It's common across all the equation. Nobody went to math besides me? Y'all should have went to Catholic school, man. They drilled stuff into our head that I still use it every day, you know. Right? 1/7 is 14 2/7%. I know them all. 3/7, 37.5%. I know them all. I got them. You see, what am I saying to you? Because you just know them because they drilled them into us over and over and over. And I'm telling you, that's a common denominator. And see, most of you don't do those levels of mathematics anymore. But that's what God's love for you, his lowest common denominator is I love you. My tithing, giving, loving, serving, sharing, caring, never miss a service. And then you got the Christian who's a fake Jake and comes sometimes and doesn't do, and they cheat and lie and steal. And he loves them the same as he loves that, best sheep in the world, as much as he loves the drug dealer who's trying to kill the kid of the Christian who's serving God all the time. Exactly the same. No variation. No shadow. He cannot do it. If he did it, he'd be a lie. And when you say you love, well, you say, well, my love hasn't grown there. You haven't allowed it to grow. You refuse to let it grow because you say that's not right. And see, I love those kids in my school as much as I love my grandchildren. There's no difference between the love. Look at you. I love you as much as I love my wife. My wife has privileges or rights that you don't have, you'll never have, but I love you as much as I love her. And that's offensive. I'll get her up here and preach. She's preaching too, she can tell you. That's offensive. What does he mean he loves you as much as he loves me? I said to her one time, I never said it again, I woke up 3 days later, that frying pan hit me. Woo! I said, Cindy, let's set an appointment to get together. I don't need an appointment to see you. I said, yes, ma'am. Forgive me. Haven't seen her since. No. No, wait a minute. What do you do for your dentist? Does that mean your dentist doesn't love you? No, that means they want to make sure you're coming. They want to make sure you set aside a time. I want to make sure that I'm not working on anybody else when you come. I didn't hear you. So I'm saying I want to make sure my schedule's clear, so I want an appointment with you. But see, if we don't understand that, that sounds offensive. Because you don't know love. You say, and you know him, you know God, but you know him here. When he filling this room is an understatement. Filling the universe is an understatement. Am I helping anybody? See, the law of progression is you need to grow in your love. You need to grow in your forgiveness because then you can't forgive. Come on, I can forgive. Come, help me out. What can't you forgive? Come on, say something. Don't look at me. So all of you can forgive adultery? No, I see some heads shaking now. See what can't you forgive? What if your best friend, your roommate, steals from you? Yeah. Okay. So what can't you forgive? No, see, you're trying to act holy. When you don't forgive all the time, on a regular, come on, you don't forgive the driver on the street.
Okay, you forgive with conditions. I forgive you, but...
Well, that's not forgiving. That's but. Get your butt out of the way. No, help me out here. Tell me the truth. See, we love with condition. There is no limit to love. Love has no bounds. Love forgives. You have to forgive the person that loves you, blesses you, greets you, encourages you, thinks you're the greatest person, and you have to love the person that throws you under the bus and does everything they can to rob, kill, and destroy. And I'm talking about a dedicated, devoted, Bible-toting, God-loving believer. You have to love them just like you love that other one that takes you out to dinner and invites you into their home and picks you up and drives you and works for you and does anything in the world for you, and the other one that does everything they can to stop your forward progress. You have to love them exactly the same. If you don't love them exactly the same, then you do not know love. You do not have progression. Yes, right. You may have met love, but you don't know him. Because I have to grow. I'm still growing over and over in love. I have to grow in love. God, and now you just get it. God has you see this stuff, and I get it. You love him. So do I. And help me out here. We like to fight over anything. The kind of hot sauce, there's only one kind. You know, I mean, what's the matter? You don't like Tabasco? You don't like Tapateo? You don't like Chula? What's your problem? You got problems. How can I love you? You don't even like the right hot sauce. Come on, somebody help me out here. If you can't forgive anything, you're really not forgiving anything. You do not love that spouse like you say you do. They just treat you a little nicer, and they give you a benefit or two that you think you need. Otherwise, you wouldn't love them either. Because whoever is the least in your life, the lowest, meanest, terriblest, whatever your words are, however much you love them is how much you love the one you're bragging about. You say that's not true. Okay. It's absolutely true. I'm promising you that it's true. Because if you're supposed to be like who? How does he love you? Unconditionally the same. Again, come on, it doesn't even take love for me to love this lady who bakes me a meal every week, my favorite pie, doesn't tell my wife that's how much she loves me, because I'm not supposed to eat pie. And just, you know, always putting money in the basket and always down at the church working and always praying and interceding and that every service. And then you got the other person who's doing everything they can to hurt, lie, cheat, steal the church, the ministry, the whatever. If you can't love them both, then you don't really love this other one. It doesn't take anything to love this person who's going out of their way every day to serve, to be kind. That don't take love. I didn't hear you. It don't take me no love to live with my wife. My God, I walk in the house, just take your shoes off, Bill. Let me rub them feet. I was talking to somebody on the phone. She says, that's not true. She said it while I was on the phone. So I got to tell you, that's not true. But anyways. But see, I love her whether she rubs my feet or not. Because if you only love them if they give you the sex, if you only love them if they rub your feet, if you only love them if they're faithful, then that's not love. I know we don't like it, and I know we want to believe something else. But you haven't lived enough life yet. You don't know the King as much as you need to know him. And the only way you really get to know love is by seeing the seedy. Do you understand this word seedy? The negative, the less glamorous side of a person, of a company, of an entity. Because isn't that when you want to judge them? Yeah. It's when you see that and you still love them. That's right. That's the truth. Remember, my wife knows everything I've ever done. She got a book. She got it all memorized. She's got the color of the shirt, the brand. There's a hole in the bottom of the right sock of the blue that he wears with those pants. She got that all down. But she still loves me because it's not based on the hole in my sock or the fact that I've been the best husband or the worst husband or provided or didn't provide. That's not love. That's benefits. Hello? Come on, somebody want to come up and take 5 minutes and tell where I'm wrong? That's love. That's love. Love is being in the right place at the right time with the right people, doing the right thing for the right reason, which always equals the right results. That's love. Because you know what's easier? It's easier to sit at home. It's easier to buy yourself a new car than it is to give to the whatever. Do you know there were people believing that that would be wrapped up this Sunday? The roof and the remember the 3-to-1 giving? That's all done. That's God. And that's awesome. And that's a gift to me. And if you don't remember, I'm responsible for the one and we've already paid for all the material for the second half of the roof. The only thing that we owe, and there's more than that coming in pledges. You follow what I'm saying? We didn't wait for the money. We ordered the material. We've got it on the roof, and it's paid for. It's already paid for. Already what? Paid for in full. They told us the amount. We paid it in full. We gave it to them as soon as they wanted the check. If it was either that day or the next, I don't know. Whenever they wanted their need, we gave them the check. See, because we have to take care of that, because that's what we told those folks. We'll take care of that. Whether those people ever give that money or not, we still have to give the money and love the people whether they give the money or not. But the point is, I committed when somebody facilitated that donation. I said, I put my name, my commitment, I promise you that will be taken care of. And they believed me, and they went ahead and did it. And I thank the people that they took care of that. And I did contribute. I participated. But you know why you don't want me to participate and do the whole thing? Because then I get the blessing. I used to go on a vacation, and my wife would take me camping and put all my kids and my brothers, my biological brothers, and everybody else in these warm tents with warm sleeping bags. And then her and I would sleep in the worst tent with no sleeping bag. I think she just wanted to cuddle all night. It was cold. We froze. You remember that? We froze all night. And all them kids with the good sleeping bags are in the tight tents with no wind blowing through, and I'm, oh, praise God. Anyways. Where was I going with that? Oh, that was my vacation. You know what? I ain't staying in no tent. Did anybody hear me? I'm going on the largest airline in the world. I'm flying in the first class cabin. I'm staying in the best hotel of all the resorts that they have. That's where I'm staying. And I have a suite. And I have everything at the creme de la creme. Now, do you hear me? I've gone from the tent to that. I'm not trying to brag to you. See, what you don't understand, that's the law of progression. You want it in school, you want it in sports, and you'll even fight for it some on a vacation or whatever, but that came as a result of wanting it with the love of God and the glory of God and the honor. Who's hearing what I'm saying tonight? I want to thank you for watching the program today. I want to remind you to email us, communicate with us, watch our social media programs, do things that will keep us connected. Let us know you're there. We can better serve you. If you have a prayer request, a need, something that we can join with our faith, with your faith, it'll make a difference. The bigger the harvest, the more laborers you need. Let us be a co-laborer with you in your harvest. Thanks for watching.